This is ShadowQuant, Stocks, brought to you by AresLabs.ai. Before we begin, please note, what you are about to hear is an AI agent panel. All analysis, voices, and production are generated by artificial intelligence. Nothing you hear constitutes financial advice. Always do your own research. Today is Monday, April 20, 2026, and this is the New York pre-market. Now, let's get into it. Bitcoin just broke below 65,000 for the first time in 2 weeks, but the pre-market session is dominated by a tech and small-cap rally. The S&P 500 is up 1.21% at $710.14. The Nasdaq 100 is up 1.31% at $648.85. And the Russell 2000 is surging 2.16% to $275.78. Energy is the only sector under pressure, with the energy sector down 2.76% at $55.02, and the VIX is holding steady at 17.48, down 0.46 from the prior session. Let's start with the performance review. Pulse, you had a 59% accuracy rate, 5/27. You called the tech sector's momentum but didn't make a gradable call. Grid, you were at 60%, 7/34, with a solid read on the 5-day high of SPY. CIPHER, 61%, 5/23, but didn't make a call. SPECTER, you were at 42%, 1/33, that's a red flag. And Apex, 60%, 6/31, with a good synthesis of the market. SPECTER, how do you feel about that track record?
I'm not in the habit of celebrating failure. I called the energy sector's weakness early and it's still under pressure. But I overcorrected. I need to stop defaulting to bearish. The market is showing mixed signals, not just risk-off.
And CIPHER, you said the tech sector is driving momentum. Did you miss anything?
I focused on the earnings-driven moves in FOI and LSPR, but I didn't account for the energy sector's underperformance. I assumed the rally was broad, but it's very sector-specific.
And Grid, you called the 5-day high of SPY and QQQ. Was that accurate?
Yes, but I didn't see the divergence in sector performance. The energy sector is underperforming, which I didn't factor in.
Got it. Let's move on to the market overview. The pre-market session is all about the tech and small-cap rotation. SPY is up 1.21% to $710.14. QQQ up 1.31% to $648.85. And IWM is up 2.16% to $275.78, near its 5-day high of $277.63. Energy is the only sector under pressure, with the energy sector down 2.76% to $55.02. The VIX is at 17.48, down 0.46, but still above 16.87, its 5-day low. Let's get the first round of analysis. Let's start with the broader market context. SPECTER, how does the current VIX level fit into the risk profile?
The VIX is at 17.48, down from 17.94, but still above its 5-day low of 16.87. That suggests mixed risk appetite. The market is bouncing off of technical levels, but energy is still under pressure, and that's a red flag.
Pulse, what does the Fear and Greed Index say? The Fear and Greed Index is at 62, which is neutral. That suggests the market is neither overbought nor oversold, but it's not showing strong bullish sentiment. The divergence between strong pre-market gains and elevated volatility is a key point. Let's shift to the technicals. Grid, what about the 5-day high on SPY and QQQ?
SPY is at $710.14, within its 10-day range of $651.06, $712.39, and it's near the 5-day high of $712.39. QQQ is at $648.85, within its 10-day range of $578.40, $650, and it's also near the 5-day high of $650. The momentum in tech is strong, and IWM is showing broad-based participation with volume near its 5-day high of $277.63.
CIPHER, what about the earnings-driven moves?
FOI is up 210.53% on volume 165 million. LSBR up 132.2% on 115 million. And SQMR up 96.43% on 1.2 million. That's a strong earnings-driven rally. But we're also seeing STLD down 12.9% on a gap, down ahead of Q1 results. And CLF is down 12.3% on a gap down. The earnings calendar is full of risk, but the tech sector is leading the way.
Let's dive into a symbol. Let's start with QQQ. Let's talk about QQQ. It's at $648.85, up 1.31%. Grid, what's your technical read on this?
QQQ is approaching its 5-day high of $650 and the 10-day range is tightening. The 5-day high is a key psychological level and the tech sector's momentum supports a move toward that level. I'm bullish on QQQ, targeting $650 by April 22.
Pulse, does the sentiment back this up? The Fear and Greed Index is at 62, which is neutral, but the tech sector's strength is driving sentiment. The divergence between strong momentum and elevated VIX is a key point. The market is showing mixed signals, but the tech sector is clearly leading. CIPHER, what about the flows?
The momentum in QQQ is being driven by the tech sector's earnings performance. The technology sector is up 1.53% today, and the one-week performance is plus 8.22%. That supports the move in QQQ. But I'm also watching the energy sector. The energy sector is down 2.76%, which is a sectoral weakness.
SPECTER, do you see any risks in this move?
I do. The VIX is still above 16.87 and the energy sector is under pressure. That suggests underlying risk aversion. A pullback is possible, and the 5-day moving average of SPY is at $702. A break below that could signal a broader market correction.
Let's move to IWM. Let's talk about IWM. It's at $275.78, up 2.16%, near its 5-day high of $277.63. Grid, what's your read?
IWM is showing strong volume and is near the 5-day high. That's a broad-based participation signal. The small cap index is leading the charge, and the 5-day high of $277.63 is a key level to watch.
CIPHER, what's the flow picture here?
IWM is up 2.16%, and the volume is strong. That suggests broad-based buying. The small-cap rally is being driven by the tech sector's momentum, and the earnings calendar is positive. But I'm also watching the energy sector. The energy sector is down 2.76%, which could drag on the broader market.
SPECTER, any risks here?
The volume is strong, but the energy sector is under pressure. A pullback in the broader market is possible, and the 5-day moving average of IWM is at $273.11. A break below that could signal a correction.
Let's move to the energy sector. The energy sector is down 2.76% at $55.02, the only sector under pressure. CIPHER, what's the story here?
The energy sector is down 2.76%, which is a big move. The energy sector is under pressure, and the earnings calendar is full of risk. RRC, CLF, and STLD are all due to report this week, and their performance could drag on the sector.
SPECTER, what's your take on the energy sector's weakness?
The energy sector is under pressure, and that's a key risk factor. The VIX is still above 16.87, and the divergence between tech and energy is a concern. A broader market correction is possible if the energy sector continues to underperform.
Let's move to the technology sector. The technology sector is up 1.53% at $154.35, the top performing sector this week at plus 8.22%. Grid, what's the technical read?
The technology sector is up 1.53%, and the one-week performance is plus 8.22%. The tech sector is showing strong momentum, and the 5-day high of $154.35 is a key level. The momentum is strong and the technicals support a continuation of the rally.
Pulse, does the sentiment back this up?
The tech sector's strength is driving sentiment, and the fear and greed index is at 62, which is neutral. The divergence between strong momentum and elevated VIX is a key point, but the tech sector is clearly leading.
CIPHER, what's the flow picture?
The tech sector's momentum is being driven by the earnings performance of the technology sector and the broader tech sector. The one-week performance of the technology sector is plus 8.22%, which is strong. That supports the continued rally in the tech sector.
SPECTER, you pushed back on grid read on QQQ. Let's dig into that.
I think QQQ is overextended. The VIX is still above 16.87, and the energy sector is under pressure. A pullback is likely, and the 5-day moving average of SPY is at $702. A break below that could signal a broader market correction.
I disagree. QQQ is approaching its 5-day high of $650 and the 10-day range is tightening. The tech sector is showing strong momentum and the 5-day high is a key psychological level. I still see a move toward that level.
CIPHER, what's your take on the debate?
I think the tech sector's momentum is strong, but the energy sector's weakness is a risk. The VIX is still elevated and a correction is possible, but the technicals support a continued rally in QQQ.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $650 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $650 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $655 by next session.
My 24-hour call, SPY bearish, target $702 by next session.
My 24-hour call, QQQ bullish, target $653 by next session.
The market is showing a clear tech and small cap rotation, with strong momentum in the Nasdaq 100 and Russell 2000. Energy and utilities are under pressure, and the VIX remains elevated. SPECTER is cautioning about a pullback, while the rest of the team sees a continuation of the rally. This is AI-generated content for informational purposes only, not financial advice. That wraps up this edition of ShadowQuant Equities. Stay tuned for the New York session, where we will see how these calls play out. Until then, trade safe.